Hello and welcome again to Gardening. Today's video is all about grafting. So I'm going to graft a new apple, this Russet apple, onto my golden delicious. All about grafting today. Hello and welcome again to Gardening. Today we're going to graft onto my new golden delicious apple tree. Ideally I should have waited a week, but I'm too eager to get grafting. So this is a Russet type apple. I can't remember the exact type of it, but it's the Russet apple. You know, the one that have a rustic looking brown skin outside. It's really delicious. So I went and saw some branch. This is 2 days old. Ideally, if you pick it, it's best to just use it straight away while it's fresh picked, or you wrap it up in some damp tissue or something. So I have mine in water. So it's all about grafting today. So let's go and see if we can graft some apple. So when I planted this tree, I started trimming it over, and this branch here, hopefully you can see, it was damaged, so I cut it off. So what I'm gonna do, this is a bit low. Ideally I wouldn't graft it so low, but because this is already like that, I'm gonna graft onto that one and probably graft up here as well. So I have my knife. Just get a nice sharp knife. I need to clean this knife. So what I'm gonna do, just get in some kitchen roll. So this is my second graft. At the end of this one, I'm gonna show you my first graft that I did last year that was successful. So I'm just getting some rubbing alcohol, put it on like that to make sure I carry no disease from another plant to this one, and then I just clean it off like that, so the alcohol will kill any germs. That's all I have to do. So that's my grafting knife that I'm going to use. So, and I have my grafting tape, so everything is here ready to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for a branch that is like similar size to this one here. So I hope you can see everything. I don't know if this is in the way. Probably turn it around a little bit, probably look better. So working with this right here. So I'm going to use this branch because this branch is like similar. So I'm going to cut it up. Probably I'm going to cut it right here. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take off I don't want any leaves on it. You can leave half a leaf on it if you want, because you don't want anything to take away the energy. So I'm going to just leave it like that. Then I'm going to put a split right into this section here. So just a split into it. Just like that. Then I'm going to use my knife and just cut through the layers of this one. I can't remember all the technical terminologies of the different graft or anything like that. As I said, I just started grafting last year. It was successful. So I'm doing different type of grafting. So I just want it as smooth as possible, because the main thing is when you put it in, it's supposed to line up, and try not to touch it if you don't have to. So you can see I went to the first layer, and you can see the white bit is exposed, that you need to expose. I don't know why this is like that, so I need to cut this bit off. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to see if I can line it up. Hopefully you can see, guys. I try not to touch the bit that I just did. So if I can take it in, can you see that the skin of the first one and the skin of the second one is lined up that way? I can't see much, but I hope you can see. So all I'm going to do now, and I'm going to get my grafting tape. First I'm going to just probably tie it and then go back around and wrap it properly. And then I'm just going to, so I just want to make sure at least one of the sides line up properly. And then get your grafting tape. So this particular type of grafting have some name. Can't remember the name of it. I'm just a beginner grafter. So I'm just hoping this one work like the last one. I did a different type of grafting on the other one, which I'll show you shortly. But because this branch was damaged, I just think it was ideal for me to just do a graft on it as well. So guys, just experiment, because when I started my grafting, I basically just went on YouTube looking at different ones. Some are more complicated than some, but you just try. Not all the ones I did took, but let's say one was very successful, and my conference pear is growing on nicely, which I'll show you shortly. So just trial and error in the garden. And the thing is, fruit trees can be expensive, so if you master this grafting technique, you will save yourself so much money. And the thing is, you just have some friends who have different fruit trees from the ones you have, and you go around and you ask them for a cutting. Ideally, you want to do this in spring. We're still in late spring now. Ideally, early spring, I would do this, but the weather wasn't nice, so I'm doing it in late spring. So it's best to do it in spring, and if you can't do it in spring, then you do it in autumn. So that's the first time, and then I'm going to put a second layer on it, and that's all I'm going to do for the grafting of my apple, my Russet apple, onto my golden delicious apple. That's going to be a lovely combination. Two lovely apples growing on the same tree for the price of one. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's all you do. You just use the grafting tape, you stretch it and you wrap it round, stretch it and you wrap it round, and that's all you have to do, guys. So get some cuttings of things you like in your garden and try experimenting. Even if you haven't got it right the first, second, third time, eventually you become a master, like some of these YouTubers who've been grafting for years. I just started last year, so I'm taking you on my journey with me, and hopefully you'll take up the challenge and do it. So that's it. I take it in closely and show you. So that's the grafting that I just done. So see, I wrap it onto this one. So that's exactly what it looked like, and I just left one leaf. I probably cut off these some more. So that's grafted onto my golden delicious. So as I said, this was a bit low, but because that branch was damaged, I just had this one on. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to add another grafting somewhere along here. So I'm going to do the side graft. I just slit it by the side there and then put it in. So I'm going to do another graft right here. So this is the one I just slip the side like that. So I'm going to use the end part of this. So this is a bit thicker. I'll just put it in there. It's a different size from there, but it should work just fine. So get my grafting knife, cut this bit off. This is almost damaged, so I can just take that bit off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the hair off. This one. So just like I did before, so I'm doing both sides, so you can see everything. Oops, where is it? So I'm trying to get it even up. This apple is so nice. I had it last year, and I make homemade apple pies and different things with it. So I try to get it even up, because I'm just gonna slot it in right there. So roughly like that. See if it works. Probably, where should I slot him? Probably right here. I think I'll probably put him here. So I'm just gonna do a side cut right here. Poor little apple trees, a young apple tree. I should wait for him to mature up some more, but I'm too eager to wait any longer. So basically just run a knife backward, forward, and it goes straight down. Then I'm going to try and see if this one come out that way. If I put it in like that, now you need to be much thinner. Oops, now I broke it. So I have to do another lot. got the thing and get it thin, and then you can easily break it. So like that. So you do the same with the slit to make sure this section is exposed. Then I'm going to try and line up this side. I think it's still need to cut it off a little bit more. To try to line it up. Okay, that's perfect. So if I take it in, if you look at this side, hopefully you can see it. I can't see when the camera is like that. So hopefully you can see that this side, when I squeeze it like that, it's like line up like that. So skin, so from that part of the, oops, it's line up to this one. So that's it right there. That's my new apple. That's my Russet apple. And then I'm just going to use my grafting tape and do the exact same thing I did to the previous one. And just wrap it around. So next year, you should see more than one apple. Oops, there's this, step out. You should see more than one apple on this apple tree. So you should have your nice golden delicious and also your Russet apple. So I should have, and then I should have my conference pear and my Jonagold. So I need to go and source another type of pear, because now I only have one pear and hopefully 3 different apples. So I need to go and source and see if I can find someone with a nice pear that I like. So I have the conference pear already. So I need to find another apple. There's this apple, I can't remember the exact name. Because I'm going to eat these things and I can't remember the name, so I'm gonna search for the name and then go through my contacts and see if anyone have that particular pear. I'm not really a fan of the pears over here. I don't like them when they're too ripe or things like that. They have to be just right. There are certain ones I like. I think there's one called something like Florilla or something. I need to go and find the name. So that will hold it into place like that. And then I'm gonna do, and then because this one is sideways, you have to do in the middle as well, so no water get in. So the next one we're gonna do in the middle as well. So guys, go out and experiment. Go and see if we can get some grafting done, guys. It's a bit daunting. The hardest part of grafting is starting, because you're thinking, no way I can do that. And the other thing is, if you do the first time and it doesn't work, you get a bit disappointed and you feel like you don't have the skill. But don't give up, guys. I'm not an expert. I'm still trying. But the fact that one of them worked for me, it's just giving that extra courage to continue, knowing that I can do it. You can do it too. Just go out, source your cutting, and remember, it's best to source the cutting on the day you're planning to do the grafting. If you can't do it that day, just wrap it up like in kitchen roll, or put it in some water so keep the cutting fresh, and then they try to graft it as soon as they can. So that's all we're gonna do for her grafting. So that's our grafting there. So I do 2 different types of grafting onto this tree. So you will see the update soon. If not next spring, you see exactly what's happening next spring. But it saves so much money, guys. So much money. Because I want lots and lots of different apples and pear. I still have my pink lady going from seed. And as soon as I get a nice size stem on it, then I'll be doing a grafting onto my Jonagold with it. So that's how you get, sometimes you get the apples you like. If you can't get them in the nursery, you can grow them from seed. And then as soon as it goes to a good looking size and the stem can work with, then you graft it, and then you can get your nice apples and things that you want. So that's my grafting finished. So I'm going to take it in and give you a closer look. So that's the grafting. It's not tidy yet. I'll tidy it up shortly. Clip off the extra grafting tape that's hanging. So that's it there. This one doesn't have any leaf on. It doesn't really need leaf for grafting. And I just twist the tree around so you could see. And this is the original one that I did. So 2 different sets of grafting onto my golden delicious. And then you see the update of these shortly. And that's exactly how I did the conference pear. So I'm going to take over now and show you my conference pear that is totally successful. So I'm so proud. I'm so proud. So this is my Jonagold apple tree, and you can see the little apples holding on. You can see apples everywhere. Beautiful, nice apples with a nice little honey taste at the end. And this is my grafting that I did last year. I did this in autumn. So this is my conference pear, cobweb everywhere. You can see clearly successful. In early spring, didn't have any leaf, didn't have anything on. And look at my conference pear now, guys. So here I have my Jonagold apple tree with conference pear. And then the next one that I just did is my golden delicious with Russet apple. So guys, go out and experiment, try it. You can have, especially if you're limited for space, as I know I grow in containers. So if you're limited for space and you want loads of different apples or pear or things like that, it's good to master the grafting technique so you can have the same one container with more than one plant in it. So hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. And please go out, experiment. It may not work the first time or the second time, but once you master it, it's a very good skill to have. And that's one way of getting extra fruit trees and things in your garden at a cheap price. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what type of graft you use, how long you've been grafting, have you tried it, or are you going to try the grafting now that you see it explained? Let me know in the comment section below. So until next time, keep gardening. Take care. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell.